Yeah, I forgot to turn on my mic. Sorry. So I've been talking to myself. So, dear friends, let's start over. So, hello everyone on this Saturday night. It is the 23rd of November. And according to our schedule, we have a direct live broadcast. And before we start, dear friends, let's check our sound, our connectivity. Hopefully you can hear me now. Please tell me, give me a 10 if everything is fine, or give me a plus, whatever floats your boat. Okay, good. I can see tens. Yes, then you can see and hear me. Good, good. In this case, we can start. And first, I'm going to have a couple of technical announcements for you. If at a certain moment the meeting ends or I disappear, don't leave, stay. I will join you back in 5 to 10 minutes tops. So if I disappear, if my connection breaks, stay and wait. We will resume the meeting. And another announcement regarding the, let's say, my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather, a little bit sick. So I will be speaking at a lower voice than usual, just to save my vocal cords, my throat. So I'm sorry if it's not going to be comfortable for you if I cough or speak too low. It's almost winter time, so basically, yeah, it's becoming more and more chill. So we're gonna have quite a short and sweet meeting. Usually it's 2 hours long, but I think it will take us an hour. This meeting will take us an hour today. Let me have a sip of my hot tea. I think it will take us around 1 hour, our meeting today. And it's going to be a standard format meeting. We will discuss the latest news in the development of this train transportation technology. We will talk shortly about the operation of our platform. And if you have questions, I will take them, some of them, taken into account that we are in a time crunch. So we can start with the recent news, and I would like to ask for your help. What kind of news, in your opinion, was the most interesting, the most exciting news that happened over the last 10 years that we haven't met? What kind of news, again, you liked most? You can take news from the USky transport website, USky, for example, from the Emirates, or you can go to the UST website if you want to. And again, all the news published at those two websites are then reposted on our platform, on our website. So Alexander liked the last interview with Dr. Unitsky. I agree. It was quite timely information. A lot of us already know about high-speed transportation, yet Dr. Unitsky gave us even more information in the recent interview that he gave yesterday. It was published, if I'm not mistaken. Indonesia, Svetlana has written. Alexander says projects in Indonesia. Good. What else? What else did you like? a lot of meetings and forums, uh, Alexander wrote. Colleagues, I have a request for you. We have quite a number of people attending this meeting, around 80 at least. So please be more active, because I see only a couple of people answering my questions. Just tell me what inspired you out of the recent news that was published on our website regarding the development of the string transportation technology. So only Svetlana and Alexander are going to be active, I guess. Suraj wrote Unitsky's latest interview. Yeah, that was great. I agree. Mikhail wrote achievement of the stated velocity for Karat pod. Good, good. Unitsky's interviews. Brazil se discuss. Let me have it translated what it means. Brazil is discussing. Probably that's what you meant. Or is being discussed, probably. I don't remember seeing any news regarding Brazil. There was a meeting in Minsk with the representatives of Brest College University. Someone says, I only watched half of the meeting, of the interview by Unitsky. Oh, well, you still have time. You can watch it at the time convenient to you. So, friends, let's see what relates to us as investors into the string transportation technology and people who are waiting for the return on their investments and the scaling up of the technology. So I personally liked the news that the UST representative office in Indonesia is working on a couple of projects to implement. Then else what I liked is that we have news from Zimbabwe. A delegation from Zimbabwe was visited our Sharjah R&D center, and on quite timely, Dr. Unitsky recorded a video on the high-speed transportation, because it is really relevant, and this is something that we've been waiting for, that the company will finally launch work on creating the high-speed transportation system in the United States, which is quite timely news. And one more thing, dear friends, we had news. Representatives of Mott MacDonald also visited the R&D test center in the Emirates. It's one of the leading world's consultants in engineering and infrastructure. So they visited USky Test and Certification Center in the Emirates. So again, this, dear friends, is a testament to the fact that the string transportation technology over the recent time, year and a half, is taking 7-mile strides towards development, towards commercialization of the technology, and already leading engineering companies, certification companies. So there was news published this year that one of the, so how to put it better, let me bring it up in order not to make up things, because I like such news quite a lot. So let me find that particular piece of news. Just give me a couple of seconds. I'm gonna find that news. It was either in October or November. Yeah, it was a semi-rigid certification on the fourth track. So it was done by TUV, Company SW, which is a leader in the area of technical audits and certification. So it's a world leader in the area. And all of that news is a sign that we are now no longer just an innovative technology, startup technology, and we are at the stage of commercialization of the project, of money-making stage. And now the company has dozens of projects in the pipeline across the world, at least 50 to 100 at different stages. But the main projects are projects where the company opened up their own marketing and commercial representative offices. And that's where active work is being conducted. And the news about Indonesia, for example, that such projects are being elaborated, it's a very good signal for us that everything is going according to the established schedule or plan, roadmap. So if we go back to the video report by Dr. Yunitsky in 2023, you might remember that he said that in 2024, the company was planning to work hard on commercializing, monetizing the technology, working with clients and projects. And now at the end of 2024, we see that that's what's going on. That's is exactly what the company is doing. So let me read one more comment. I liked Dr. Yunitsky's interview. I watched it until the end. He is still full of energy and strength. His energy is inspiring, and he charges all of us. And I yet again was able to ascertain that for myself. Well done. I wish him strength and energy even more. So yeah, thank you very much for this comment. I hopefully he will watch our today's meeting and be happy about it. Again, at the age of 75, he still can give a big head start to any like 40 or 35-year-old in terms of like work energy and efforts. And his last interview is a proof of that. And it's also gives us hope and belief that he will bring this cause to the end. And the fact that he already implemented the technology, passenger and cargo transportation. And by implementing, I mean creating the product, ready-to-use product that we already were able to witness. And high-speed transportation, I'm sure, is not going to be a big surprise either for us when it happens. And it's going to happen for sure. I have no doubts about it. And I don't think you have any doubts about it. So thank you very much, Botakos. We are of the same age, she says, and I personally know Dr. Initsky. Great. Thank you very much for your kind words, for your comment. As for such news that I've just listed, what do you think here? Here's my question to you, and I would like to touch upon this topic. So the fact that the company has pre-orders, some of the orders have already been paid for. Well, some kind of commercial process is no going, because when clients order a project, they usually pay in advance for feasibility study, for designs, and gradually it allows the company to break even. But in your opinion, does the company need more crowdfunding investing to develop even further? So this is my question to you. Do you think we still need to support financially the company? Because on the surface of it, we have a lot of good news. The company can already start like expecting revenues, and a lot of people wrote in the chat, if the company is breaking even, then what we are investing into? And I asked you the question and you already gave me the answer that yes, undoubtedly the company still needs funds, additional funding. And here's my question to you. Why does it need additional funding? Why at this stage, when the company is already at the break-even point, it still needs the support of crowd funding or investment crowdfunding? So why would the company still need additional funding? Because, for example, Oras Han wrote that, yes, of course, we should support. Gregory says to pay salaries to thousands of employees. Okay, what other thoughts do you have? To buy land in the United States for the hub. Well, thank you for sharing your guess. We still need to build a high-speed track. Not all of the stages have yet been closed. Let me give you a hint. During one of the meetings, I mentioned it, but I don't remember if I mentioned it during our closed meeting or an open meeting. But one of the major reasons why the company needs additional funding and investing from us. And Alexander says that we need still to elaborate to improve the technology. And then someone says to complete stage 15 as soon as possible. Thank you very much for your opinions. Alexander was quite right. And Tonka Guberova says there are still pre-IPO shares for purchase. Yes, let's call them pre-IPO shares, not shares, pipes. And yes, there are still pipes to be sold, quite enough of them, because you know that at the previous stages, not all of the funds were collected, and fewer pre-IPO shares were allocated than had to be allocated. So let me go back to Alexander's comment. He said that the technology needs to be further elaborated, upgraded, improved. Yes, when the company achieves a break-even point, it means that they can cover their costs, such as payment of salaries, for example. But during one of my meetings, I said that Dr. Initsky regularly improves upon the already existing technologies, upgrades them. So regularly, Dr. Initsky, and I remember I showed it to you, that he had like text notebooks like this. Usually they are black or orange, if I'm not mistaken, black, I think. And he regularly does sketches, blueprints, develops new rolling stocks, track infrastructure, new, or create or upgrades the existing ones. And all of those processes are innovative technological, creative processes. So this is innovative, technological, creative process that, dear friends, requires extra funding. And on a regular basis, all those processes are being developed by Dr. Initsky, both on the premises of Ecotechno Park and R&D Center in the United Arab Emirates. So those costs are covered with investment crowdfunding or crowd investing. And even if the company is breaking even and starting making money, revenue, it doesn't mean that it will not need extra funding anymore. And the reason I'm saying, because I see that in the recent months, the sales have been lower than usual. The activity has been lower on the side of our investors, our clients. Probably some of you might have thought that if the company has reached the break-even point and in 2025 will start making net profit and it doesn't need any new investments or doesn't need inviting any new people. That's not the case. On the contrary, we need to activate even more, energize our work in order for us to be able to support the technology at the necessary level and to further upgrade the innovation and to ensure its development, to make sure that it's at the required level. As Dr. Initsky says, we need to be a few steps ahead of our competitors for them not to be able to catch up with us and, God forbid, overtake us. So that's why Dr. Initsky is regularly doing his engineering, innovative, creative work to leave all the competitors behind. What it requires from us is support for all those processes. So extra funding is needed for that. So Gregory says probably some political reasons might slow the financing down, but I might be mistaken. But of course, people who live in regions where there are geopolitical events or conflicts happening, of course, it can affect the funding and every person's pocket. But we are an international platform. We can attract people from all over the world. And it just depends on how active we are. We don't have to necessarily be involved directly ourselves in the funding. We can just put a little bit more efforts and make sure that other people are attracted and other people invest as well. So right now, someone says the crypto market is growing and people invest there. Well, yes, that's too. Bitcoin and other crypto has grown immensely over the last 3 weeks. I agree. So probably that can be a reason as well. Someone is kind of diversifying or increasing their crypto assets. Then Elena says that not everyone has access to the website. Well, as for the website, you can access it almost from any country, but probably the internet providers might somehow block or restrict your access. But then you can always use VPN. And VPN allows you to use our website trouble-free, hassle-free. Someone says, if the company would start paying dividends, then it would be easier for us to invite people. Well, we already covered that topic, and we already mentioned that it's not far off the moment when we start receiving dividends. At first, it's going to be called remuneration, not dividends, from the group of companies, from GTI. And we are co-owners of the GTI company for being stakeholders. And it will depend on several factors. And I did cover it in detail during our previous meetings. You can rewatch those meetings. And at the last meeting, I said, dear friends, that we were investing not into a standard business, conventional business that everyone knows about, and a business that you can easily set up, like building a house or a road. We have been investing in innovation, something that didn't exist before. And what has been done so far hasn't been even done in 10 years, but in 8 years. And for an innovative technology, for a sector forming technology, this is something incredible, never seen before, never done before. I gave you an example last time, whether we're waiting for too long or not. I gave you an example of the car manufacturing industry and construction industry. Remember, I told you that before a new car model is released of any brand, 5 to 8 years might pass. At first, the design is created, then it's all uh, built, tested, prototyped, built, and then tested. And before the car is put into mass production, 5 to 8 years pass. And we're talking about a well-established car manufacturing industry here that hasn't presented anything new in terms of engineering in the last century. They just improve upon the already existing technology. And this is already a well-established industry, I repeat. And yet a new car model takes 5 to 8 years to start being produced. And the same stands for the construction industry. Take a multi-story building. It takes 3 to 8 years, or sometimes even more, to build a condominium or a multi-floor building. If some hidden faults happen with documents or geological study. And yet again, construction industry is a well-known industry where everything knows everything, and there is no innovation there. And this is why, guys, I'm saying that we are lucky that in such a short period of time, the developer and the author of the technology that we put our trust in was able to create this much in such a short period of time. Just compare it with any innovation that was released into the market, how much time it took and how much time it took for the investors to receive their returns, for the monetization to happen. If you take Google, Apple, Facebook, and other IT companies, those products are way easier than the train transportation technology. And it didn't require a lot of costs for creation. And here we are setting up an entire industrial sector. It's a completely different scale. So we shouldn't really be panicking that we haven't yet achieved the point in time when we start receiving dividends or remuneration, and it should slow us down in terms of increasing the amount of funds injected into the technology. And for that reason, we are passing on to a new marketing plan on the new platform. It's going to happen very, very soon. And this is why we are motivating you towards actively participating in the affiliate program, to make sure that they are incentivized to work on our platform, build their career, receive decent bonuses for their work. And of course, it should stimulate us more. I understand, dear friends, that our platform has just 5 levels for now, from which you can get your commission, which is not that people want. But nevertheless, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that it's the end of the month, almost end of the year. We should be a little bit more active, because I see we have some considerable drawbacks over the last months that hasn't happened in a long time. Well, a lot of factors can be at play here, including those that you mentioned, but still, we need to be more active, friends, because it also affects our, let's call it capitalization point or monetization point or return on investment point. It depends on the funding of the technology. A lot of processes depend on it. So let me read a couple of comments that we've received so far. We very much would like to support, but our pensions are very small. And when we start receiving dividends, we will reinvest those dividends into the company development. I understand, of course, Irina, that once you are already an investor, then you can take advantage of the partnership program and invite new people. If you don't have enough resources to invest in yourself, you can invite other people to become co-owners of the technology and support the technology financially. So you don't have to invest your own money. I understand that most of you already have considerable portfolios with millions of pre-IPO shares and stakes. A lot of people probably are not interested anymore in doing any personal investments. But again, you can participate in the affiliate program and get a good opportunity to increase your own income. And then if you want to, you can reinvest that income into increasing your pipes portfolio. Someone says, yes, Maxim, the world is changing and the world is spinning faster and faster in all areas of life. Everything is changing. Especially, we shouldn't be forgetting about the plans for the future by Dr. Nitsky. And as everyone knows, the future is being created right now. And that's why crowd investing is so necessary. I agree with you. Gregory says it would be great if heads of states would show interest into the technology. Then investment would take a exponential progression development. Ideally, there should be a order from the government. Well, that's what's happening more or less right now. Heads of governmental officials from the United Arab Emirates now talking about the elevated transportation, and UST is one of the main candidates for that project. And also the Minister of Transportation of India has shown interest and is trying to lobby our progression, our movement forward there. And the same stands for Indonesia, for example. So yes, we already have, to a degree, what you have written about. Could you please boost up your volume? Someone says. Well, guys, I already mentioned that I cannot speak up because I have a sore throat. I'm under the weather a little bit, so please understand that. Alexander says 900 certificates have been issued from the 14th of September to 13th of November. I closed 2 installments. Here's a small statistics for you. Alexander, 900 certificates for you only? This is how much you have bought? Okay, meanwhile, let me translate Suraj's comment. New people and investors will come, definitely. Yes, I agree with you, 100%. People are coming, but not as actively and as many as we would like them to be. Alexander says, no, this is how many investments have been on the platform. No, really, 900 is even too small a number. There was a bigger number of certificates issued. You mean from the period of 14th of September to 13th of November? Yeah, probably. 900 over that period in 2 months, probably. If there is a promotion, I think it can activate our investments. Well, we are going to have a promotion in December, and this promotion will help us activate you towards inviting new people. It's not even about personal purchases. There will be a part of the promotion dedicated to increasing your personal portfolios. If you have still opened packages, I will not tell you right now what the terms and conditions are going to be, but they will be very good. But don't wait for the promotion, because when there will be a promotion, there will be another incentive. some higher discount, for example. I'm talking about it theoretically, but people who understand the value of owning pipes in the string transportation technology, they buy more because even with the current discounts, it's still times something. It's X something. It's like dozens and dozens times your investments. So basically, if you're buying for $1,000, you still get like X 30 or X 40, which means times 30 times 40 potentially on your investments. And some of you also mentioned today about crypto. For example, Bitcoin grew X2, right? Times two, I think it doubled in price. But it's just times two. 2x on your return on your investments. Let me access my back office and I'm going to see what's the actual discount. Or take other cryptos that grew in price. They gave you a certain number of X's, let's call it like that. But if you look at the discounts that we have on our platform right now, for $1,000, you get, if you purchase in installments, is 23, means that you can potentially have 23x on your assets, on your investments. And if we talk about, remember, at previous meetings, I compared how much time people should wait if they invested in 2014 compared to people who will be investing right now. People who invest right now will have to wait way less than people who invested in 2014, wait for their return on their investments. That's what I mean. And even if you invest today, you might get a smaller discount, but you get way fewer risks and have to wait less because the company already has 2 commercial projects ready to use products, and there are orders in the pipeline. And right now, the company is preparing the financial and legal framework to be able to pay remuneration to its stakeholders in 2025, 2026. Doesn't matter when it happens. It's still way closer or less to wait than I, for example, had to wait because I invested in 2014 and now it's 2024. Basically, I've been waiting for 10 years, 10 and a half. Very soon it's going to be 11 years. But if a person that I invite invests, they will have to wait way less than I had to until they start to receive their return on their investments. And they almost face no risks, in my opinion, because, well, of course, there is always risk in everything related to investments and business. But if we compare our risks that we faced in 2014, 2015, compared to the risks faced by the current investors, those are completely different magnitudes of risks. So, dear friends, I just urge you to be more active in terms of working with your potential clients, people around you, especially when we launch our promotion. It will be a very good occasion for you to activate yourself, for you to meet the conditions for new ranks on the old platform and have new ranks assigned to you on the new platform, the Micron Global platform. So basically, if you meet the conditions according to the marketing plan on the old platform, everything will apply to the new platform as well, and you will start receiving increased commission on the new platform. And you can familiarize yourselves with the marketing plan on our website. At the bottom of the menu, you can find it in English and Russian. Please read it to understand what to be ready for or what kind of conditions you should meet. We are going to have a separate meeting presentation on the updated marketing plan. It's going to happen in December. We're going to have an announcement made about the meeting. This is A. And B, we're going to have a separate meeting dedicated to the recent news by that date. And at that meeting, we're going to also present the promotion that everyone will be able to enjoy in our database, in the RSW systems database. And of course, that promotion will help you activate yourself even more. We have still 1 week in November. So do not leave it behind. Do not leave it unattended. You can still work well until the end of November. Well, dear friends, this is it as far as I wanted to tell you today, taking into account that, again, that I'm not feeling very well, but I'm ready to take some of your questions if you have them, if I still haven't answered. We have 113 people present here, so please ask your questions. I will answer those questions, and then we can call it a day for today. Wrap it up. Anyone? Please use the chat for your questions. If they are in English, I will have them translated. Sir, when will the investment offer come? What do you mean by investment offer? You mean promotion offer? The promotion will be launched in December. I cannot tell you the exact date right now because the ball now is at the IT side. So we're waiting for them. It will depend on our IT team when it's going to happen. If that's what you meant, the investment promotion. Anyone else wants to ask their question? Gregory is asking, Max, you once mentioned when the company will go to the stock market, a lot of people will want to buy shares. And where will they be able to buy those shares? Well, when the company goes public, when the company goes through reorganization to convert pre-IPO shares into shares, then all you need to do is to convert those pre-IPO shares into shares. They will become shares, and then you will be able to sell those shares on the stock market where the company is going to be listed, which will happen in a certain number of years down the road. So this is not exactly what we should be talking about or thinking about. We still have some road to make. We still have other things to do before that event happens. And remuneration will happen before the company goes public. And it will depend on how many orders the company will have. So when the company starts making profits, the company will share those profits with us. Well, as for the shares and purchase of shares once the company goes public, I think it will happen like in the case of any other public companies and shareholders. You can hold the shares, you can sell your shares on the stock market, and usually it's done through brokers or on the stock markets. People buy and sell shares, so it will apply exactly in the same manner to our company. So what should we tell our partners regarding dividends? I've been waiting for 7 years. Well, I've already answered that question. New partners will have to wait way less than we did for several reasons. The company already has 2 ready-to-use products. cargo and passenger transportation. This is A, and B, the company announced that in the near future the company will create the legal and financial framework to be able to pay remuneration, aka dividends, to their clients. And in the year 2025, 2026, the company will start making plans to start making its profits. And once it does receive profits, those profits will be shared with the holders of the PIPEs, pre-IPO shares. And the conditions and terms are all indicated in the declaration of dividends on the GTI website. So you can either watch the video that we recorded dedicated to this topic or read the declaration yourself. When will the closed meeting happen? Evgeny is asking. Well, the next closed meeting most probably will be held in December, I think. I don't think we're going to have a closed meeting in November. So let's keep track of the news, and we will give you an announcement of that meeting in the news for sure. So let me have the next question translated first by Sanjeev. I would like to know what will happen when some people couldn't complete the condition of the Micron world. I don't quite understand what you mean. Could you please rephrase your question? What do you mean by what will happen? What happened when some people couldn't complete the condition of the Micron world? And Google Translate can't translate it for me. Sorry. Please rephrase it and I will try to answer. Someone else's, Alexander says that we would like to test new platform. Yes, all the people in the closed channel will be able to test the new platform. Right now, we are at a very important stage of the data synchronization between the old and the new platform. And as soon as that synchronization is over, we will start testing the platform. You will have this opportunity. Don't worry. So I see we have 6 or 7 more questions. I will take those questions and that's it, guys, okay? Because I don't think I will be able to answer all of you. So if the company becomes a open joint stock company, then you will be only able to sell and buy shares on the stock market. And if it's a closed stock company, then the mechanism is completely different. Well, we'll have to wait and see how it's going to happen. So let me have this question translated. When, in your opinion, the company will become public and what is necessary to achieve that goal? Well, for the company to become public, the company needs to have a big portfolio of orders, commercial orders from clients, and the company will need to have some financial history. And because before going public, the company will be audited, how much money it made, what is the potential. For example, if the company will launch its IPO now, then the company will not be able to show any big profits. They have just broken even. So there will be some period that the company has to wait for. And it will all depend on how many orders the company will receive. The more orders for commercial projects the company will receive, the sooner it will be able to go public, and the sooner it will be able to make profits to show during the auditing. I hope that's clear. Please share the link in the chat. Well, I already did that. The link to the global transport investments. Someone says Micron Global Hindi language. I think what you mean is whether we're going to have Hindi on the Micron Global platform. Yes, we will have Hindi on the new platform, if that's what you mean. It's Sagar Sharma. We've invested $40,000 since 2017. We bought packages for our relatives and friends, and some of them don't still believe in the technology, and their back offices are now suspended. Well, first of all, you shouldn't have been buying packages for someone who didn't want to be investors. It's like marrying someone without them willing to be married, you know? If they don't believe in the technology, it's up to them uh, to believe or not to believe. When you say the back offices are suspended, what do you mean by suspended? If you bought the pre-IPO shares through Swig, then you need to go to them and ask them this question. If you bought those pre-IPO shares through RSW systems, then everything is still working, operational. Mansoor says, thank you very much for the meeting. And Sanjeev is asking again, what will happen when some people aren't able to complete the conditions of the Micron world? Micron Global, you mean? Okay, again, what will happen when some people aren't able to complete the conditions of the Micron Global platform? Okay, you mean the promotion conditions? Nothing. Then the person will be building their career as usual. Don't worry, I will give you the terms and conditions on the new platform as soon as we're ready to launch the platform. We'll have a separate meeting dedicated to it. So you shouldn't be worrying about it. You don't know you don't even know what kind of conditions there will be, right? So don't jump the gun. Everything will come in its own time. Well, I think on that we can wrap it up, and the date for the next meeting will be given in our news. And when we're ready to launch the promotion, we will also dedicate a separate meeting to that. So keep track of the news, actively participate in supporting the platform personally or by inviting other people in support the technology, and use our technology, our platform, to invite new investors and to expand your partnership network, and get ready to move to the new updated website, updated platform that is called Micron Global. Good. Thank you very much, dear friends. Thank you for wishing me health. I need it. I will get better for sure. It's just, it's a rainy, soggy weather. It's okay for people to get sick during that period. Thank you for your time, and I would like to wish you good Saturday evening and good Sunday tomorrow, and see you next time. Bye-bye.